Hello, everyone. Oh my gosh. I have, first of all, the best dress ever, which you all need to see. Super fabulous. So I had to come live, but also I just got off the most amazing call with my masterminders. So I really wanted to come on live and tell you about one of the breakthroughs that my masterminders is having. So this person is a long-time Pilates and yoga expert, been teaching classes in privates for years. She just finished about a month ago my VIP 30-day high ticket program launch. So she's just started this new high ticket offering. I can't remember her price point. I want to say it's like $5,000 per enrollment, something like that. And so she's really just like stepping into this new iteration of her business that is just going to support her in the deepest ways. And she shared that one of the big shifts she's celebrating is that now when she gets on social media, it's not like she's looking for followers or looking for sort of like validation. She gets on there because it's pleasurable for her to get on there, which is like a huge shift for her. So really moving from that extrinsic motivation to something intrinsic and so much more powerful. And the other thing that she shared is that this is not the case at all on her enrollment calls. So on her enrollment calls, when somebody who she feels could benefit like incredibly from her offerings starts to backpedal or like isn't able to go for it and make the investment, it's like soul crushing to her. So she was saying that it pulls up a lot of her stuff around feeling rejected and like old stuff from when she was like 3 years old, 4 years old, just like really young parts of her come online, and she can no longer access herself when she's on these sales calls. So we were talking about how to be in her body, and specifically she was identifying that she sort of evacuates her heart in that moment. It's like she comes out of herself and she can no longer feel what's happening with the person because she's making it all about herself. And so she was identifying that like the instruction from her higher self right now is to while she's on the sales call, to be in her body, to be in her heart, in herself, so that she can actually see the person who's, standing at a crossroads. They've booked this call with her because they may want to work with her on healing their chronic pain and doing this deep life-changing work. And they're standing at this crossroads. Like she's invited them into the program. She's presented the investment, and all of a sudden their smaller self, their ego, all their fear is like coming online. And how can she stay steady in her heart? It's not about her. This is one of the things about being a great salesperson is it's not about you. It's totally about this person. And you have to learn how to stay steady in the face of their stress response, because it is stressful for people. Not only are you asking them to spend money on themselves, which like people don't really know how to do and prioritize their own well-being, but you're also asking them to change their patterning. In a million ways, you're asking them right in that moment to change their patterning and really change the course of their lives. Their fear comes right up. And so what she was saying is that she's identifying that like because her stuff is coming up, she can't even access that wise part of herself that knows how to hold space when somebody's in a moment of transformation, in a moment of choice, and they can choose to keep going on the path they're going on, or they can make a new choice and get new results. And the thing is, you can't be attached to these things. Like some people can do it, some people can't, some people just need a little more time to do it. And you just have to stay steady in yourself. And so I just thought that was such a beautiful insight and just so wise. And this is exactly what we are going to be working on in the Nervous System Freedom Retreat next week, which I'm so excited for. And she's going to be there. It's like, how can you be the embodied CEO? I mean, the interesting thing about her insight is that I can, she said at the end, and there was another person on the call at the end as well. And we were laughing that like, of course she doesn't have any sales calls booked this week, because when you feel like you're completely out of yourself and triggered in your own trauma responses, you're going to be putting all kinds of energetic blocks up. So we were saying like, okay, now that she's got a plan for like how to be in herself, in her body, in her heart, while she's on these sales calls, I guarantee you she's going to get more calls. And this is exactly how I teach my people how to grow their businesses. It is subtle work. It's about being embodied. It's about being inside yourself, tracking all your triggers that come up around these different aspects of you stepping into your higher self, and then being able to do your own healing work so that you can walk into a sales conversation as a full-bodied yes to whatever is going to happen. You're a full-bodied yes to it, rather than, well, this will only work for me if people say yes. It's like people are going to say no all of the time to your offers as a business person, and you cannot take it personally. But it's not a logical process. You all know this, that growing a business is very personal. It's very emotional. And so you need to learn how to work with your body, how to work with your emotions in order to actually get to the next level of business growth. And this is what we are going to do next week. So my enrollment for the nervous system 3-day retreat, Freedom 3-day retreat, ends tomorrow at 5 p.m. PST. So if you are curious about this different way, it's like starting from your higher self, from your wisdom, through your body, through your mind, and then into the 3D reality of your automations or your sales calls or your marketing plan or whatever. That's how I work with my people. We don't start in the 3D like most other business mentors. I don't start there. I start up here, and then we move through, and then we decide on the very simple sales strategy or the very simple social media strategy or whatever strategy we're working on. We don't need to do 18 million strategies when we have cleared all your limiting beliefs and aligned you with what you're most excited about. It's a totally different thing. Hey, Brian, welcome. So this is what we're going to do next week. So if you're interested, I want you to message me today. I'll give you the application. You can apply. This is for multi-6 and 7-figure wellness business and coaching entrepreneurs, spiritual entrepreneurs who really want to learn this model of working more from their spirit-led business growth. That is what it's all about. And that's what I'm going to teach people how to do in my 4-part embodied CEO process starting next Tuesday. So message me if you're interested. I hope this was valuable, and I'll talk to you soon.